Ghanaian jollof himself, Mawuli Gavor, doing everything to be Nigerian.
Hey.
Wearing our Nigerian.
Shut up, man. You're such an idiot. See, let me go and change. Because of you, I'm going to go change.
You know, you don't even look like you're being quarantined.
No? How do I look like?
You're looking like it's like a normal.
We cannot suffer. You know, suffering is not destiny.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. So how's the quarantine been?
So to be honest, yeah, I feel like if anybody answers that with, "Oh, it's been fine, it's been this thing," I feel like you're not being very truthful. If we're being perfectly honest, it's not fine and it's not this thing, but we are pushing through. So that's the best that I can say. It's
Awesome.
crazy, much like everybody else. I've been hit. I'm finding it tough to like deal with, but I'm surviving. So for me, that's like a plus.
Awesome. I mean, it's the same here, man. My first task is, first of all, to get the mind right. You know, the first 2 weeks I was just trying to be positive, but I
It's
figured
gonna be over soon. It's gonna be over soon. Yeah.
all the news started to filter in.
Yeah.
So I had a week or two when I was just like really just dragging. And then one day I just said, you know what, I'm done with this. I put on my running shoes.
Yeah.
I started running. So like now every other thing, like going from like 2K, 3K, now we're on 5K,
Yeah.
a night. So it's a good time to bond.
Yeah, man. I had a pretty similar. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. The first 2 weeks, I was useless. As in terms of because like we all had plans, like we all had things that we thought we were gonna do with 2020. Like we're going to fly to this place or fly to that place.
I know. Yes.
So this whole thing came in so it hit me pretty hard, like mentally at first. And it took like a good maybe like 2 weeks to just like gather myself and just be like, you know what, let's go again. But thankfully, we're back on that track.
Nice. Same here.
Same.
Okay, so I brought you here on Silverbird's Minor Story because several things. We found out that a lot of people have no idea what Nollywood really is about. A lot of people are trying to get in, have no idea how to get in. And so we started these conversations where we want to hear everybody's story. You know what I mean? Just get a feel for how everybody got themselves into Nollywood and what their experiences have been so far. And you would not believe the stories that we've heard.
So that people have to tell. Yeah.
So many different stories.
Of the series, so I
Awesome.
know
Thank
that
you.
it's been pretty incredible. Hi guys. I can see all of you.
Yeah.
Hello everyone. Hi.
So I'm gonna jump into it real quick, okay?
So,
The question I always start with is very simple. Mawuli Gavor, you are a super, super talented, super hardworking guy. You could have been successful at anything. I believe that sincerely. Why did you choose Nollywood? Why Nollywood?
to make it like really simple, there's a lot of things that I could have been good at. Yeah. But I feel like we should only do things that we have the potential to be the best at. So I came up in finance. I came up in accounting and computer science. That's my entire life. That's what I trained my entire life for. Um, I was good. I was pretty good, but I wasn't the best. You understand what I'm saying? And it wasn't giving me that sort of fulfillment that I needed to. So when I entered into the industry that I felt like I'm into entertainment now, even though it was sort of by accident, I'm like I'm here and I could possibly be the best. I feel inside me that I can be the best. So for once, I was like, this is where I feel that I need to be. So that was my decision. I mean, if I don't want to be somewhere where I'm going to be just one of the people who is doing okay. I want to be somewhere where I'm one of the best. And I feel like everybody can do that, no matter where you are. Just find what you can be actually the best at, and then go there. So I found my place, and I feel at home. I feel happy here. I was fortunate enough to meet a lot of people, including you, who made me feel like this was a place that I could actually call my home. Like not just Nigeria, but Nollywood in general. So yeah, man, I feel at home. So here we are.
I think was it 2016
Mm-hmm.
at Jamestown? It might have been 2015 or I think 2015.
Yeah. 15 before I came to Nigeria, so 15.
Before,
Yeah.
yes, was when
Yeah.
we met. I met
Yeah.
you with this guy. Was his name Kwame?
Yeah. Which one? Call me what?
Black.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
Kofi?
Yeah.
Kofi or
Yeah.
Kwame?
Yeah. KD. Kofi Doku.
Yes, Kofi.
Doku. Yeah.
Yes.
That
Yes,
guy.
that guy. Yeah. Was when we met and we hit it off immediately. And
Yeah.
you know me, I'm the more reserved guy. So for
Yeah.
me to hit it off with someone, it means
Mhm.
that you have an exceptional personality.
I
Okay?
keep I keep telling people not to cut you, but I keep telling people I think one of my major talents is finding people who I should be connected with. You know, I'm just like if I find someone that the energy is right, I already know that this is going to be more than just a 1 day, one month friendship or 1 month
Right.
connection, which is what I've been
Right.
doing the whole time I've been in Nigeria. I only connect with people who I feel like like the vibe and the energy is correct. And between me and you, we've always known from day one that we were trying to do something different.
Yeah, yeah.
And
We'll keep that on the wraps for a second,
yeah,
okay?
I
Um,
understand.
but I remember telling you, dude, you have to be in Nigeria. You can't just come. Just come.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was so happy when I saw you made that move. It's a huge risk leaving your country
Crazy.
to come somewhere new, but I mean, look at you now. The second question I'm going to ask you is, what was your first Nollywood film? How did you get into your first Nollywood film?
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me see some of my people. Hello. How are you? Mari, how are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? How's everyone doing? So funnily enough, yeah, my first big Hollywood production was Hush, right? That was when I came to Nigeria for. That's when I stayed here. But my very first Nollywood film was actually with you, with a place called Happy. Look, Doladies, a place with me, you, Blossom, Kiki,
Yeah, Kiki. Yes, yes,
Tiktok,
yes. I had I
yeah.
had totally forgotten about that.
Because we didn't have scenes together. Me and you didn't have any scenes together. So we didn't meet on that
Yes.
set. But I
Right.
saw later on that you were on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was actually my very first, which was crazy because the director, Lola D, had just seen my profile from somewhere else and she hit up my manager saying, oh, like I want to fly this guy to Nigeria. So I think she was probably like a huge reason behind it, just like that whole introducing me to Nigeria and everything. So that was my first one.
If I'm Look, I may not I hope I'm not mixing this up, but Lola D had called me to
Mm-hmm.
ask about Ghanaian actors.
That's hilarious. Did you mention my name or you didn't know me by that point?
Was We had met
In Ghana by that point.
in Ghana and we had spoken, and Kofi kept telling me he wanted
Look
you to
at
come
that.
and work in Nigeria.
Look at that.
Now,
Exactly.
Sika Ose was also in.
Kelsey was also on it. Exactly.
So when she asked me, I mentioned you and Sika.
Look at that. That is mad. That is mad. I
I
actually didn't know that.
I had totally forgotten. I remember I pitched Sika to a few producers. I'd forgotten
Yeah.
that I mentioned you as well. Um,
Got you.
so your first was a place called
I'm just so
Happy.
happy. Yeah, but I was only here for like a week or like maybe like 8 days or so.
What was the
Um.
experience like
Oh
flying
no,
into
no.
Nigeria?
It was. I won't lie. So this is how much I didn't know about Nigeria, and I find it crazy that I'm living. When I came to Nigeria, I was asking questions like, "What's the difference between Victoria Island and Island?" Yeah, that was me. I used to walk around saying, so I don't understand. I don't understand. So there's Island and then there's Victoria Island. As in, what's the difference now? So people would explain to me what, and then Ikoyi is here and that is there. So living in Nigeria now and like driving myself and like knowing, telling people
And
that if you don't reach Obalende, turn left and do this. So it was, I found it insane. Also, it was during Ebola time, so I was terrified. I was,
oh
I was terrified about coming, but I thought it was a risk worth taking because, like me and you
yes.
had discussed, I already wanted to come to Nigeria because I knew that there were a lot of things happening here. So I was just like, yo, you know what? Let's try. So I risked Ebola to come here, and it worked out, fortunately.
Do you remember how I got into my first Ghanaian film?
Which one was your first one? The Ghanaian one, the Ivan Nelson production or the Jamestown
The
one with
the
so
Van Nelson production.
the Ivan Nelson one? No, actually, I
Yes.
don't.
If Tomorrow Never Comes.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you were in that, and it blew up, and it was dope and everything. Yeah.
I had no money.
Uh huh.
Um, Someone had told me I knew I needed to go to Ghana because I loved the quality of the work I was seeing coming out of
Exactly.
Ghana.
Yeah, yeah. Back then, we were the ones handling like quality. And
Yes.
I love you
And
too.
so
Well,
I heard from what's his name? The Ghanaian
Pascal,
blogger.
Amanfo.
No, no, no,
Oh,
not Amanfo.
Amayal.
Ameyo.
Yeah,
Ameyo
man.
Deborah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Ameyo, we were tweeting. He said he wanted to interview me, online. And I went, oh, I would love to come to Ghana one day. And he says, hey, come for Ghana Movie Awards. I'm like, I don't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I'll get you a ticket. I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Amayal was good like that. He's dope. He tries. He
Looked
tries.
into my account. I had no money.
Hey,
Checked,
yeah, man.
checked for ticket prices. Saw nothing.
Yeah.
Eventually found Africa World Airline doing a
Mm-hmm.
promo, which was
So that's how you bought your ticket.
the exact amount
That's
of money I
that
had.
you had.
Dude, I bought the ticket immediately, got on a
Mm-hmm.
flight, came to Ghana, didn't have a dime for hotel.
And it still worked out
I stayed up all night at the Ghana Movie Awards,
because you really good. Yeah.
got someone to drop me off
The airport.
at the airport in the morning, and then flew
And
to
you flew
Nigeria
back.
and slept.
Yup, that was
There are
me.
times there are times we have to take those kind of risks.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying exactly. Because sometimes if you feel it in your heart, like you just have to. Success isn't gonna find you by sitting in your house, you know.
No, it's not.
Um, so the same way you didn't have the same way when I bought my ticket, I didn't have place. After I was like, yo, these guys want to see you in Nigeria. Go over. And I was like, what the hell? I've never been to Nigeria, and I just flew here anyway.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
yeah, yeah, take a risk when you can. You never know.
Okay, so you're coming, first of all, why Nollywood? Because you want to be doing something that you can be the greatest in the world at.
Hi, essay.
Um, Second, you took a risk,
Yeah.
and that literally started out your career in Nollywood. My
Mm-hmm.
next question to you, everybody's saying hi, everybody's
Yeah.
saying hello. So I'm
Why
going to
you both
start
say
with
Dave is good at what he does, and we don't talk about Dave, please. We're here to talk about me. Thank you.
we're,
Nobody
we're
should
here to talk
send
about
flowers.
Mawuli.
Don't send flowers to Jamie. Don't send Jamie. You look good. I don't want to see any of that. Anybody who is greeting me, thank you so much. I love you guys. If it's for
let's not
Dave, I'll leave this place.
let's not start the Ghana Nigerian Jollof wars, please.
Don't send my castle people. Funnily enough, on Castle and Castle, me and you didn't even have any scenes together.
No, we didn't. I think I
Yeah,
saw you once or twice on set. That was it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
yeah.
that was really great work. I watched it recently. Yes, really great
So
work.
it's funny because I feel like when we shot that, we knew that these guys were trying to push something hard. And you know, when it first came out, it didn't blow. The show didn't blow when it first came out. The show came out a while ago,
Came out a while
and
ago.
it came out and nobody even said anything. But we knew that if this thing gets to the eyes that it needs to get to, unfortunately now it's on
Yes.
Netflix and everything, people are making this, oh my god, casting. I was just, hey, yo, we shot that thing like 2 years ago, man.
2 years. 2 years. Yeah. Two
Yeah.
years ago.
But it shows you if you have something and you believe in it, you should probably push as much as you can for it. So.
Definitely. And it also shows that good content has a long shelf life.
That's true. That's true. No
Great
matter what,
content. Great
we
content has a
should.
long shelf life.
Every single show that we're watching now, Money Heist is not a new show. Money Heist is an old show. that they think Top Boy, the one that Drake renewed, is an old show that they renewed. If you make good content, it doesn't matter. So everybody who's like rushing to just do like anything like shabbily, I'm just like, yo. Speaking of, I know this is your interview, but I need to ask you, what's the vibe with the thing that you co-produced, the girl with the sniper? What's going on with that?
This is about you, dude.
No. I'm interested. I'm interested. It's my time. It's my time also.
It's, and I'm going to, I think I have it somewhere.
Uh-huh.
But basically, what I've started to do
Mm-hmm.
is to put all of the ideas that I've been talking about for years,
Yeah, man.
right? Even though we're not yet in the perfect position to execute, I decided
Yeah.
I'm going to start making a move. You can't
Got
do
you.
anything by sitting down, in your house.
And continuing to discuss and talk about things and talk about things and
Exactly. So I started shooting snippets of work that I wanted to do as
mm-hmm.
proof of concept.
Got you. Got you.
As proof of
Got you.
concept.
And I remember we
Um,
discussed this. We discussed this a while back about how that's what we all need to start doing. I
Precisely.
did a live, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, and they were asking me like, what would you tell people who are like up and coming and everything? And it's the same message that we're trying to push to everyone. That you can't keep waiting for somebody to give you a dope role. You can't keep waiting for somebody to give you an amazing role in a great film or whatnot. No, like you're gonna wait your whole life. You have a lot of people around you. If you can connect with a nice cinematographer or a nice video editor or a nice actor or a nice investor, whatever, go and find like your people and do what you can. Shoot something. Start from somewhere. It doesn't
Start from
matter.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Start
you
from
can't shoot the whole
somewhere.
thing. So you just shot a proof of concept to show people that I can actually shoot this like big budget really, and the quality looks amazing. No lie, no lie,
Thank
no
you.
lie,
Thank you.
no lie,
I'm actually very, very happy. I'm very
no
happy
lie.
about it.
Thank you so much
Um,
to everyone. I don't just something botting. I love you. I can see you.
okay.
But one man to me. Castle and Castle season 2. Quick one. So listen, I need to tell you guys, yeah. Everyone keeps asking for like season 2 of everything that we
I
do. Listen,
know.
it's not that we don't want to do second seasons, but I mean, you loved. I hope that you loved it. But you saw the quality and you saw everything that went into it. It takes like everything to shoot something like that. It's not easy within Nigeria to shoot something of the quality that we shot on Castle and Castle. So it's not. If we had our way, we would have shot 10 seasons for you guys. But even to shoot one season, you can ask Dave. He was there almost all the time. I come a couple of times, but
Almost
it's
all the time.
it's it's pretty tough to shoot things of that quality. So we hope that you enjoyed the first season, and we hope that we'll be able to get together and do another one. But for now, what I can say is enjoy the first season, and let's see what else we can do. What's the next thing though?
What else I would say about that is we're like bricklayers
Yeah.
in a building construction. You don't ask a bricklayer when the next construction is coming. Do you understand? As
Exactly.
I try so hard to let people know that I'm just an actor,
Yep.
on that
Yep.
project.
Mhm.
So I'm also waiting. I'm waiting. Like I should be asking when is season 2 of Castle
We
and
would
Castle
love
coming out?
we would love to shoot season 2, but it's not easy. That's what I'm saying. From the producer's point of view, I know that it's tough for them to just put all these actors together and get everything. It's rough. So
And you don't come cheap, you know. And I know you get paid in dollars.
let them know. Let them know. Who is beating there on my page? Anyway, tell me, you have some fans.
They are your fans, though.
Oh, my
They are
friend,
your
get off.
fans. All
What's
right,
the
so
plan though?
I have another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So Mawuli, within this past 4 or 5 years, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have grown astronomically. We're talking about this is accelerated growth. Like I knew what it was getting into this industry and growing in this
Yeah.
industry. Only a few people have accomplished what you have accomplished in a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Can you identify, just think about it, in hindsight now, three
Mm-hmm.
things that could very well be responsible for your growth? Three things.
Uh, got you. I would say the first thing it's actually pretty easy. It's not even that though. The first thing is God has to like look on you favorably. He has to decide that yo, maybe like it's your time. Because a lot of amazing things have happened for me. No, like I can't even front and be like, oh, humble, humble. Like I've done some pretty great things that even I could have never even imagined that I would do in my time in Nigeria. So I'm not gonna say, oh my God, it's all because I'm so amazing and that's what happened to me. I think God wanted it to happen for me, so I can only be thankful. The next thing though, apart from God's thing, is on you. So I felt like every opportunity that I got, I would literally give it the best possible shot that I could ever give.
Okay.
You understand? Whether it's a show, whether it's a movie, no matter what it is, I will give it like my absolute best shot. If I have to train for 1 month, if I have to go to the gym for 6 weeks, or practice my lines for however long, I would do that because if I'm given that opportunity, and people like Mwabudu and all those people who gave us chances on, like when I did Chief Daddy, I hadn't even done that many things, but she was like, yo, I believe in this guy. Give him a, gave me a huge role in Chief Daddy, and let me just do my best. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the very last thing is, I found people that were genuinely interested in pushing me forward, which is what I'm saying. I feel like it's one of my talents, finding people that will like help you out. You understand?
Right.
I don't connect with people who I feel aren't gonna push me forward in life. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna be your friend. I can be your friend, but we won't be like tight. I won't be calling you or whatnot. But when I connect with people who will genuinely have good energy and want me to do well, I latch onto them pretty hard. You understand? So like even the way me and you have been friends for a while, it's not because I know that you are a good energy person, but it's also been like a selfish part on my end. You know, I know that this guy is somebody who, if he's in another room, he would tell somebody else that, oh, that Mali guy is kind of great. You understand? I had Mabudu who gave me a chance. I had RMD who was on set with me for 1 year and would keep recommending me to people. I had Chris Atto who came to Nigeria and like fought for me, even though I didn't know anyone. You know, Rogers of Female, like all those people who, you know how they say like when you're not in the room, you need other people to speak for you.
Speak for you. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Totally.
so I connected with people who were speaking for me when I was not in the room, and I genuinely think that is probably the one of the main reasons behind everything that happened. See,
Give us.
Mr. Pate,
Give us one
it's
extra.
my career, right? Uh
Give us
huh.
one extra one.
Mhm.
God is a constant, right?
Yeah, and then
So,
your own talent. Yeah.
so God and
Mhm.
God's favor. We're talking about
Yeah. Your own talent.
your
Yeah.
own, not just talents, but persistence and
I got
consistency.
you.
That's putting
I
in
got
the
you.
work. Putting in the
I got
work.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then it's also people. So
Mhm.
because look, nobody's going to vouch for you if they don't like you, they don't trust your
Mhm.
work,
Mhm.
and I think those two things. So I can't just like somebody and recommend them for something.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can like you, doesn't mean I'll recommend you for work. But if I trust your
Got
work
you.
and I don't like you, I'm okay with your work, but I'm not going to recommend you, right? Now, if you
Yeah.
have the two people, so there must be something about you that is likable and your talents that people see and believe and trust. So it's so there's an angle. So it's not just people; there's you as well. So that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing to hear. Um,
Yeah.
okay, look. So you've had
Hold
you've
on,
had
hold on one
challenges.
second. Hold on one second. I love. So first of all, I'm trying to catch up with all your comments and everything, and thank you for everyone who's showing up. Um, there's someone who says, only connecting with people who are gonna push you forward. That's the something of a user. That's what people who are. I don't connect with people who will push me forward. That's the mentality of a user. That's okay. You don't gotta like me. But the reality is, if you're not pushing my life forward, I don't think you should be in my life. If I'm not pushing your life forward, I don't think I should be in your life. That's just the simple truth, and that's what I live by. That happens to everyone, and that's how I pick my friends, my business partners. Well, if you're not influencing me in a positive way, I don't think we should be friends. It's not by force. We don't have to be friends with everybody. I think it's such a big fallacy that we all need to be best friends and whatnot. It's okay, you can hate me, but if you're not pushing my life forward, I don't think you should be in my life. And I think everybody else should live the same way. So if you think that makes me a user, that's fine. That's okay. We don't have to be friends. Let me use my friends like Danny and everything, and I will
Um,
succeed.
and I'm
And
going to
Mr. Moore,
respond
I
to
will use my people. Yeah, but please feel free to
I'm
share.
going to respond to that as well. The one of the major issues that we have noticed on social media is
Mm-hmm.
that people don't listen before they speak or before they
Yeah,
comment,
got you.
because you were very clear about what connecting with people meant. You were very clear about the difference between connecting with people who would influence your career and having friends. We don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to be
yeah.
tight, tight, tight. I can have you as a friend, but if I don't
Yeah,
vibe
still
with
my
you
friend.
and
Yeah, yeah, still my
we
friend.
can't move forward together, that makes total sense. Successful people understand that.
Yeah,
Successful
and that's
people just hear that statement and they understand it. So anybody who has an issue with statements like that, yeah, I don't know that they
okay.
understand what
No,
you're
no,
talking
it's cool, man. G. Like it's not a big fallacy that we all need to be best friends and we all need to get along. I think it's
about.
perfectly okay that we don't like some people. So someone says he saw me in flat in apartment B1. I think it's 3B, but thank you.
What's
But
that?
yo, please go on, please go on, please go on. I cut you off.
No,
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 the
no. I
Victor
was
Sanchez
gonna
shit
tell.
I did with Linda. Remember that one? 3B, flat 3B. I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw
the
it.
one with
Uh,
Lady Black.
with Linda Ejiofor.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember, I remember.
Yeah, yeah,
Mawuli, what's your handle? What's your full handle? It's Mawuli underscore.
yeah. Gabor,
Okay,
Gavor. Yeah.
got it, got it. I want to put a comment up. Now I want people to ask questions. People have questions that they want to ask you. Okay,
Mhm.
I want them to ask their questions. So if you're here, and you have a question you want to ask Mawuli, please feel free. We're going to be answering some of those questions. Yes. Someone says life
So
is too short to hang out with people who don't add value to your life.
that's it. Nice and
Someone
simple.
says, I beg, come, let me push your life for Biko. You can push mine too. I have a very strong suspicion that this push that we're talking about is a totally different kind of push.
It's a different kind of push, Avi.
Yeah, it's a different kind of push. But yes, any questions? I remember never seeing you. Focus. Maoli, somebody has a comment. She says she's not focused because she's in front of a handsome dude like you. How do you manage? Like,
So,
look, see, God blessed all of us in different ways. Okay?
mhm, mhm,
Um, one of the things that I've known getting into
mhm.
Nollywood is that I am not fine. So that cannot be my angle. Do you get what I'm saying? That cannot be my angle. So the talents that people are saying, "Oh, you're so talented," is because I don't have a choice. I don't have it. If I'm not, if I'm not talented, I don't have a choice.
Yo.
Now, you're both talented and
Mhm.
you're good looking. How do you manage the response to your good looks? Because I see it all the time. If I post you on my page,
They
I
go
I,
talk to
I
these guys
probably
on
get
fine
more
now.
likes than my own pictures. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's women,
Let
and
me put
maybe
it.
one or two
Let
men.
me put it. Let me put it like this. If if I had anything to do with what I look like, I would be very proud. I would be very I would feel reassured of. You understand? But this had nothing to do with me. I wasn't there when they were choosing, or will he be tall? Will he look this way? Will he look that way? So it's not something that I can look at and be proud of and be like, okay, yeah, like, look at that, because that wasn't really me. So the most I can do is say, oh, like I'm glad you think that, or I'm glad you think that I'm good looking or whatnot. But it's not a source of pride for me because I didn't really do anything for it.
But you
If you told
but
me,
you work out.
oh, not two ways, not two
So
ways,
the
yeah. Yeah.
so the six pack is you.
The six pack was me eventually. Yeah, I had to supplement. I had to supplement with. But what I'm saying is that's if you say you love one of my business projects, you love one of my films or whatnot. For me, that means a lot more than telling me that, oh, I think you're so fine, or like you look this particular way, because those aren't really things that we can control. So last,
Mess. Yes.
if you're gonna be short, you're gonna be short. It wasn't really up to you. If you're gonna be tall, you're gonna be tall. If you're gonna have beer. So let me fun fact. You know this your side beer. See,
Yeah.
they were the jealousy, bro. That is jealousy. Listen, I cannot grow a side beard. It's crazy. I
I
cannot.
see this life.
It only goes down. So I've always been wishing for like the beard that'll connect this way. And I used to look at you guys and be like, yo, now how can I not look like that, or how can I blah blah blah.
See how this life is.
You
Meanwhile,
know,
those of
me.
us that are looking for Osama, we don't have it.
You know, some of beer. They're I will beat you for you. That's one of my G's, man. Big.
Who's
But
that?
yeah, for me, no. One of our Ghanaian superstars there, Gotti, he's a football
Okay.
player. But what
Awesome.
I'm saying is that stuff isn't really important because it's not really up to us. So I don't. It's not really something that we can look at and say, oh my God, look at me, I'm so like amazing. It's not really up to me. So also, perception is an amazing thing. You
Okay.
know, we see people on TV and everything. We give them this idea in our heads that, oh my God, look at that guy. So I have people who maybe like they're like, oh, if I meet you, like my dream is just to meet you and whatnot. So I'm just like, yo, you do realize I'm just a regular human being, like the same as you. You understand? The same as whoever else that you're working with. But obviously, we place people in different places, and I'm sure you've noticed it as well. When you met, say, Hollywood stars, you've been able to hang out. I know you personally met a couple of Hollywood stars and everything,
Yeah.
right? Stars that we watch on TV, and we think in our heads that, oh my God, this guy is like beyond. And you meet this person, and you're just like, I mean, he's a regular human being. He's a regular human being who lives and breathes and talks and everything. So. Yeah, man. So perception is everything. I will always say thank you, but I didn't do anything to get this apart from go to the gym, so it's not really up to me.
Um.
Sis, I love you too. I love you too.
So true story. I
Mhm.
remember. I forget his name right now, but there was an American actor
Mhm.
that I bumped into at the cinema in London, somewhere in London, and
Mhm.
I saw him. I was in shock. I was like, "What?"
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
walked up to him. I'm like, "I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan." The guy looks at me. He's like, sorry, I can't. He was like, "Nah."
It blew you off.
Ah,
Yeah, it blew you off.
I was
You want
like,
that?
ah, in my life.
Yeah.
I said I will
Yeah.
not be that kind of person. So even when I'm having a bad day, you know,
Mhm.
I always remember how that moment made me feel, and I'm like, you know what? I'm always gonna have a smile for people. Always gonna have a smile
Very
for people.
important. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Like at the end
It's
of the
not
day,
that deep.
we're not
The
Jesus.
only the only difference between us and anybody else is that the
Mhm.
work that we do, and we all work. The only difference is that my own work has a camera in front of it. That's the
That's all I'm
difference.
saying. Exactly. And
That's the
that's what
difference.
causes the
So
difference in perspective. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I see stuff on social media where people are insulting or calling out in their minds celebrities. And I laugh because I've never called myself a celebrity. Somebody else might. I've never. And then I say to myself, my work is what is being celebrated. Me, oh,
Exactly, yeah.
I'm
What
not.
I can do,
I
yeah.
celebrate Dangote for the amazing work that he's done. Dangote is, do you know what I'm saying? So please, by all means, we're normal people. I get you. I get you on that about perception. I don't see any questions here. All I'm seeing is that Mawuli is such a good-looking guy. I want to marry him. I'm going to
You
leave my
should.
boyfriend.
Hey, nobody said that. You hear yourself.
No, I'm serious. Look at this. Mawuli. How do you control the thirst from women?
Which says the more it's not that deep. So fortunately for me, I don't go out that often. Which means that I don't actually meet people in person. The most I'll meet is maybe like somebody will DM me or whatnot. But I'm a homebody. I'm always in my house. I don't like trouble. So it keeps me out of trouble. If I was out every night, I probably would be in a lot more trouble. By now, you would have seen my news somewhere on the
Same,
tabloid.
same. The
I'm
home.
home.
That's the safest place to be in.
Quick one. I've seen a number of questions about my rings. You wanna know? I got them in Accra, in Ghana. There's a place called the Shop Accra. But it's a thing that it's like pretty much part of my identity. So I don't go anywhere, and I'm never on camera without my two rings because I feel like they're the two things that define who I am. For those of you who don't know, this is the Ghanaian. That's the Ghanaian
Map.
map, I guess. Yeah. So no matter where I am, I need like I don't want it to be I don't want you to be confused about where I'm from. You know, so I always try to wear, especially when I'm out of the country. Either I'm wearing like a hat, or I'm wearing the rings, or I'm wearing something that I want you to look at me and be like, "Yo, you from Africa?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm from Africa." That whole thing. So,
I'm gonna ask you an off-the-cuff question.
mm-hmm.
Yvonne Jegede is here, first of all.
That's my baby.
Yvonne is everybody's baby. We all love her.
Hey, stop that. Stop that.
Everybody's
Stop,
baby. In fact, she's more my baby than your baby.
stop that. Let's not fight.
But I'll
Let's
ask you
not
this
fight.
question. This is off the cuff. It just came to my mind. Mawuli, do you think there's there's an issue with celebrity relationships?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask that question again. Mawuli, do you
Mm-hmm.
think do you think quote and unquote celebrities should get married? Because there's a school of
That's
thought.
actually a dope question. That's actually a dope question. That's actually a really, really dope question. I feel like it needs to be addressed more than we address it. So we should do. But hold on, there's somebody. Someone said Drake and Martell. That's funny. Yes, I did go to school in America. I did university in America. Who else? Movie characters, Yvonne, blah blah blah. Okay, I hope I've answered all your questions. Celebrity dating is tough. I would say you shouldn't jump into it without being completely sure. So a lot of the time, celebrities we get caught up in the hype because the public is hailing us, or maybe we're with someone in the public. The public will always hail you no matter what. So maybe if you're with somebody, oh my favorite couple, blah blah blah. Sometimes you're focused more on that than whether you actually have a strong foundation.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with getting into a celebrity relationship, but the relationship has to be separate from what the public is feeding you guys. So the public might be feeding you guys that, oh, this guy, you're so hot, you're so blah blah blah. But when you guys are having your fights in your marital home, the public isn't going to be there. The public isn't going to be there. So if your foundation is strong enough, separate from before you came into the public light, absolutely. I have friends who are still married who obviously have didn't work out. That's fine. It happens. It's not about celebrity or not celebrity. Bankers have failed marriages. Pastors have failed marriages. Engineers have failed marriages. So it's not just celebrities who end up in failed marriages. So it cuts across board. You shouldn't
Right.
you should only be getting into that if you feel like the foundation is strong enough. If not, you're probably going to end up in trouble.
True that. True that. I totally understand what you mean. Um, I think that by virtue of the kind of work that we do, it
Hmm.
adds a bit more. If a regular relationship has its regular relationship issues, people
What
in
we
the
do would make
public
it times 10. Make it
people
times
in the
10.
public space, yes. Now, if you have one person in the public space, that's just a bit more issues. Two of them in the
Yeah.
public space, that's
That's another
double.
set of issues.
That's
Yeah,
another set
that's
of
another set
issues.
of issues.
So I honestly believe that any relationship can work if you do the work.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's work.
yeah,
People
yeah.
believe in love at first sight and happily ever after. I don't.
I don't either.
And that idea came from Disney. It came from M&B, Mills and Booms,
I don't either.
Silhouettes,
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Love at
Love is
first
not
sight.
blind.
Is your
You know,
soulmate? Is your blah blah blah? I personally think a lot of people can be your soulmates, depending on whether you're willing to make them your soulmate at that point in time. I don't believe
right.
there's only one person. There's a lot of people who could be your perfect soulmates. Maybe at that time you weren't ready for that person, so get a good foundation. But I mean, you should be writing your book right now. Now, how many? Two kids, a wife for how many years now? You suppose that? No, but let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. Real talk. A lot of entertainers haven't really been successful, in maintaining a family and pushing it forward. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
I I don't I hear what you're saying. I hear what
Mm-hmm.
you're saying. Um but I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
The only
You
difference,
don't believe he's done a good job?
I don't believe it because I think that because we hear the gist, we hear the
Mm-hmm.
news.
Mm-hmm.
It's like COVID-19, for example.
Yeah, man.
If you turn on the TV now, every time this corona is not a celebrity.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
It's the
celebrity
most
with
talked
issues.
about. It's the most talked
The
about.
most talked about celebrity right now, and its issues is that whoever he gets into relationship with is killing them.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying? So
man.
there would be there are millions of people in Nigeria who are in the entertainment industry, right? And or hundreds of thousands, and they're in relationships. Some of them married.
Yeah, yeah.
So if that is so, and if I tell you now, count the number of relationships that have failed, you count
Mm-hmm.
me 50,
Yeah,
20.
yeah.
At the end of the day, the only reason why we hear about these things is because these people are in the
It's a
public
TV.
space,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
It's
then
on TV and the blogs and
I
everything. So that's what I say. Even bankers have failed marriages, pastors, everyone, engineers, everyone.
yeah. So I just think that it's probably the same percentage. The only difference is that a lot of noise is being made when it comes to people in the public space.
Got you.
Someone says,
Speaking as someone who's been able to do at least a bit better than others, what would you say is the so me too I can also get married. It's actually hurry up and get married. So you can tell me,
"What do you want to
David,
know?"
coach me
Okay.
so I can also get married. Somebody says she's my soulmate, so I should figure out.
Someone says that love at first sight is real. Don't worry, you understand. After if you love
Oh,
at first sight.
I'm not
Um,
doubting. I'm not doubting that it might be real. I'm just saying. If anything, you can say interest at first sight. I don't know if it can be love at first sight. You don't know about the person. When you love, all you're seeing is the person's looks. If that's all you love, that's not love. So you can't. How can you have love at first sight when all you've seen is the person's looks? You know what the person's personality is. You know what the person this is. So it can't be love. It can be interest at first sight or infatuation at first sight. But love at
even
first
if you
sight,
have
ah,
even if you have a first great conversation with someone, that's still
mm-hmm.
not enough.
That's not love.
That's not love. That's
Yeah,
interest. That's
yeah.
excitement. I'm excited by you. You should stop saying
Exactly.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But you asked me a question
As somebody
about
who's done it better than other people have, what would you say is like the I said coach me because I want to marry now.
I'm going to say just one thing. One thing. I have not done it better than anybody has.
Okay, fair enough.
The only difference is that I didn't throw in the towel.
Okay, got you,
The only
got you.
difference is that for some reason or the other, I haven't
Mhm,
thrown in the towel. So every time I tell people there are no issues that you cannot resolve,
mhm.
even
Because
in the dark, even
you're
in
not
the yes, in the stressful moments, you know, and thankfully or hopefully for other people, they would find somebody who thinks along the same lines, so that
mhm.
even though there will be issues, you still come back and say, look, let's give it a try.
Okay.
Let's keep giving it a try. Let's keep giving it a try. So that's where I am. Making the same mistakes,
Mhm.
learning the same things, but just saying, okay, take a deep breath. Let's try again. Let's
Got
try
you,
it. Yeah, we'll go for another round. We'll go for
got
another
you.
round.
I guess the thing is it's not just a one day something. You gotta like keep going every single day.
Someone
Fair enough.
says, Mawuli, please marry Stella.
Who's that? Annie.
Annie, yeah.
You guys should go propose to Annie for me. If she says yes, maybe I'm back down. Yo, so quick one. Somebody wants to know if there's a situation where I've been rejected from a role or a script or challenging something for that pulled out. Yo, so the best advice my dad ever gave me ever in life. He said, like I was pretty young. He was like, yo, Mauli, in life, you have to learn to deal with disappointments. That's just it. No matter what you tell my dad, if you came home and said, "Hey, dad, I failed my exam," the first thing he says before he will comment is like, "That's okay." And then you say, "Oh, what happened? Like, were you stressed, blah blah." But the first thing he says is, "That's okay." You
That's
come, you
okay.
come and say, "Oh, Dad, like I broke my bike." The first thing he says is, "That's okay." And then he's like, "Oh, what happened?" Blah blah blah. Because disappointments, they're guaranteed. I don't think you can run away from them no matter what you do. So if you know that, like when it comes, you're just like, yo, you know what? Oh yeah, no, they don't reject me, they don't sack me, I didn't get the job, I didn't get the whatever. If you can learn to start dealing with those things and stop taking it personally, like, oh my God, they didn't pick me, woe is me. It's, oh my God, you're one in 1,000 people who's trying to get the job. You understand? A lot of the time, they probably won't pick you. So I learned pretty early that, and yes, there have been huge projects. I won't mention them now, but there's projects that you guys have seen that I was supposed to be on, where I was in the contention. Maybe I was like at the last two. You understand? And I didn't get it. I didn't get it. It happened. Somebody else got it. The person did the role and they blew. Same way, I've been fortunate enough to do certain roles that other people didn't get. And they say life not turn by turn. So just pray to God that your turn will come.
That your
That's
turn will
all.
come. Your turn will
Yeah,
come.
that's all. That's all. That's all. So yes, I have been rejected a bunch of times, but I never take it personally. So when I do auditions, like I'm auditioning, I'm smiling and I'm joking, and people ask me, "Are you not blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "No, if you pick me, you pick me. If you don't pick me, you don't pick me. It's not the end of the world. It's not
You can
it's,
you can only do your best.
yeah. If you pick me, you pick me. If you don't pick me, no problem.
You do
On to
your
the next
best.
one.
I
And yes, I
think
do live in Nigeria. What you said? You think what?
yes, I think we will need to learn to feed off disappointments.
Bro, guaranteed,
I turn
guaranteed,
yeah, I personally
guaranteed,
turn every disappointment into is like fuel. It's like fuel. It's
guaranteed.
I'm like, okay, I didn't get it this time, no problem. But it would not I would not look back and say I wish I had done something better or I wasn't prepared enough or something. I put in all the work and then once it doesn't come through, I just shake it off. I'm like, okay, on to the next one.
Let me
On to the
give
next one.
let me give like a personal story about you were in the last Mabudu film, His Excellency.
Yes.
He made a lot of money. I was in the last Mabudu film, Chief Daddy. I had auditioned for the previous Mabudu film, Royal Hibiscus, which you were in as well. David, you don't chop money. You don't chop money.
I've
But
been
listen,
in 10 Ebony Life projects, but continue.
got you. So I had auditioned for that as well. Yeah, I made it all the way to the end. I'd even flown to a different country to do the audition and everything. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't get the role in the end. Someone else got it. Kenneth got it, and he did amazing. Kenneth and Zainab did it, and they did amazing. I was happy to
Yeah.
see them do it.
Yeah.
Right? Fast forward a couple of months, the role that I didn't get with Mo, the role that I was rejected for, a couple of months later, there was another role that I was finally perfect for. And whereas other people had to struggle, they were able to say, "Oh, we know you, blah blah blah. Would you like to take this role?" So it's one of those things. If I taken the other one, it might not have happened that I did Chief Daddy, and I ended up doing Chief Daddy. I ended up doing all of those things, and it ended up being so now I'm in two of the top four highest grossing Hollywood films of all time. And this is after I got rejected from a bunch of other ones. So
But
you
guess
never
what?
really know, like,
If you
hmm
had sucked at the audition for Royal Hibiscus Hotel,
yeah,
no one would
yeah.
have called you back.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not always about you. Like, oh my God, they rejected me. They must hate me so much. Oh my God, I'm so terrible. No, do what you can. If the rest is not up to you, I did my best and I wasn't good enough, and they picked someone else. No problem. The next time they wanted to use me, they picked me. So, yo, someone says they loved Entangled. I'm so happy about that because that was actually the first film that I produced.
I heard
With
about
Lola G.
that. Where is it
Yeah.
showing right now?
Entangled. Well, now we need to do another run. We did mainly DSTV the first time on Africa Magic, and then it went on a bunch of airlines, and then it went on Conga TV. But I'll probably put it out on another platform so you guys can catch up with it. But it was my first like my executive producer like Virgin Break,
Is it getting
and
on?
it
Is
taught
it
me.
getting on?
Uh
Is
huh.
it getting on Netflix anytime soon?
We'll push it there. Maybe me and you can talk about that later on, Mr. Silver Distribution. But we'll talk about that later.
Nairobi, Kenya. Someone from
So quick one.
Nairobi.
whoever's from Nairobi, I love you guys so much because I have a Kenyan film coming out this year where I did it with Sarah Hassan and Stacy and a couple of other like amazing Kenyan people. So I'm really looking forward to doing all of that because I feel like this year or moving forward, that's what we're trying to do. We're not just trying to do things just within Nigeria. And you've been
Right.
part of this discussion as well. We're trying to show people that it's the whole continent who has something to offer. So
It's
wherever
it's
you're from, East Africa, West Africa, whatever, reach out, let's collaborate, and let's do some dope things.
I would even say it's bigger than that. It's for anywhere that you have people with our color, black people,
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Perfect.
anywhere,
Best way
anywhere,
to put it. Yeah, if you have our
anywhere.
color and you push forward, we're more than ready to connect because now that's the whole thing. I need to address this because a lot of people who are abroad in the diaspora who don't get to watch the films that come out in cinemas and everything. And I feel like in many ways those are probably some of the realest fans because they don't actually get to watch your film and they don't actually get to watch your actual projects. The most of that they'll see a trailer and whatnot, but they still support and they still stay for like a long time. So for all of you guys out there, like I see you, I will say this though, we are trying, Silverbird, you guys can talk a bit more about that, but we're trying to cut that whole thing out, where there's no distinction between you're not in Nigeria or you are in Nigeria. No matter where you are, we would love for you to be able to see the films that we put out because we worked really hard on them. We didn't just make them so people in Nigeria can see them. We made them so everyone in the world can see them. So Silverbird distribution, over to you. The ball is in your court now. You guys can decide to, yeah, no, 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 come on now.
So one of the biggest things that we're working on right now, you know, Silverbird
Hmm.
was the first distribution company in Nigeria. First of all,
I know
film
that, yeah.
distribution.
Well, I didn't know it was the first. I know you guys have been around for a while.
It's the first. I was recently um, invited to join the team and head
Hmm.
distribution for Nollywood content. So
Hmm.
that's what I'm doing.
That's what you guys have been working on, yeah. So maybe you
Only,
should tell them the kind of plans that you have because I feel like that's one thing that's the one question that we get the most. Like, I'm not in Nigeria. How can I watch the films? And we're
one
not
of the
just making them
biggest,
for Nigeria.
yes. So we're pivoting, um, and it's coming at the right time. It's been in the works for a while, but it's coming at the right
Hmm.
time now with the way society and our interaction is going to change
It's
post COVID,
changing, yeah, 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 yeah.
or has changed. And
Right.
we are very big on distributing to every other platform outside of cinema. So
That's
there are
good.
different channels, different platforms, mobile devices. There are platforms that are
Hmm.
specifically designed for mobile, especially the telco platforms,
Got you.
right?
So hopefully
Also,
within a couple of months, are we talking within a couple of months? Hopefully, within a couple of years, we can say hopefully, fingers crossed, within a couple of months. Abi?
definitely, like I'm saying within the next 3 months.
Okay. No, no, that
Uh,
would be amazing because I feel like
Within the next
they,
3 months.
if anything, that shows like the level of support that there is out there for people to just be waiting for. I'm seeing people like, oh, I'm waiting to see Sugar Rush, or I'm waiting to see whatnot. For people to wait for months to see some of the projects that we come up with, that's like some real stuff, man. You gotta
It
say
is. It is. It is.
we could not survive without you guys. So
But you
yeah.
know, I'm gonna bring this to a close, and I'm gonna say one thing as we close this. So first of all, thank you very much. Thank you for your
Always,
time.
Reggie. Always.
I have a feeling that I have a rough idea how much you charge per hour. So spending an
I'm
hour,
sending an invoice. No, no, no. It's not. Don't wash me. Don't wash me. I'm sending you an invoice. Forget about this thing. No, no try and say like, oh, you're so graceful. I beg you, stop that thing. That was not our discussion.
Charlie,
I will send you invoice. Please
Charlie,
don't be telling my I don't forget that thing. You're using
Charlie,
Silverbird distribution account and you want to just
Charlie,
well, you're making Silverbird is the first distribution channel in Nigeria. Oh yeah, now you getting money. Nonsense, guys.
Charlie. You know my regular threats to you. Let me not threaten you
No, no, no,
again.
no, no, don't start. David, you have some fans from Cameroon. We see you guys. Shout out to you guys.
Hey, shout
Uh,
out to you guys. You guys should find Mawuli on Instagram and follow him.
no worries.
But I was
Yeah,
saying thank you so much.
no worries, man.
Look, sorry, there's this really interesting question. Mauli, we have only 1 minute left before this thing
Mhm,
freezes. How do you
mhm.
handle kissing scenes? Number one. Then, what if the person has bad breath or odor? What do you do? So how do you
Got you.
handle kissing scenes and then, yeah.
Usually before any kissing scene, I would make sure that if I have a kissing scene, I go to set with like a bunch of different things. Obviously, you brush every single morning, but I go to set with like mouthwash and like with like gum and like everything because
Mint. Yeah.
you have to make it easy for the other person, and I would expect that the other person would do the same. Fortunately, I've never been in a place where the other person didn't have the same, but we make it
Mentality.
easy. So not that you just want to choose from garlic and you come and say, I'm ready, you come and kiss me. Quick one. Someone says, if I wasn't an actor, what would I have done? I've never cared about what I did as long as I was successful and I was making money. So if I was making toilet paper, if I was a construction worker, I don't really care. As long as I'm in control of my own business, I'm successful and I'm making money, I've never cared. Fortunately, I'm into acting and I love it and I'm still making money. So
Awesome.
thank you all of you guys. I know there's a bunch of questions that I couldn't get to. You're welcome to DM me. I will try to get to you in like the next like half an hour. If not, I'll do my best later. But I appreciate every single one of you. It's very interesting to be on TV and to have people support you. I definitely did not expect this. So thank you everyone.
To round this up,
Uh,
Silverbird Distribution has always been at the forefront of distributing great content. It is people like you who make. Appreciate you. We appreciate you for your time, for your talent, for your dedication to your craft, your hard work, and we look forward to working with you once everything clears, either directly as some of the projects that we're supporting, or if you've got projects that you also want to pitch to us, we're welcome to hearing about them. So thank you again, Mawuli. I really appreciate your time.
you see what I'm doing right here? You know that meme about how when they're introducing the guest pastor, the pastor who is speaking, they say Reverend something is a man or blah blah blah. That's how they're gonna do it. Say yes, yes, yes. When you finish, you now get up like that. You're so surprised that oh my
That
god, is it me?
that
Uh,
humility thing, man.
yeah. Thank you so much, Davey, for the introduction. It's a pleasure to be here, and uh, but yeah, I'll try to get to you guys. Someone said I didn't DM them after Montel. I cannot get to every single DM. I'm sorry. I don't like to hold my phone that often, but I will try. If you send it to me between now and say 8:30, I'll try to get to every single person. So peace out, guys.
Take it easy, man. Thank
Bro,
you.
but listen, I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you for like literally like everything. And Silverbird, you guys are hopefully about to make some moves. So listen,
Yes. All right, bro. Take it easy.
thank you to everyone that came in. All right,
Cheers.
peace, bro.